Hello, everybody. Let's go to sleep. Ah, that was a good episode we had there. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. You wake with a start. Once again, you're tangled in your sheets, drenched in sweat. Your throat feels like it's on fire. You can't remember what your dreams were about, not precisely, but again you feel that yearning sensation, the emptiness in your gut and in your chest. Your head throbbing, you heave yourself out of bed. Oh, okay. Alright, well, that was a great rest we had there, wasn't it? Do we want to see if anybody's in the, like, upstairs? Oh, hey, yeah, okay, so Duncan's down there, so, alright, let's have a chat. We haven't had enough chats in, well, come on. Let's have a chat. Isabel's cabin is an exercise in controlled chaos. Yeah. Her living space is utterly dominated by an enormous jury-rigged computer. Serpentine cables snake from component to component, tying dozens of obsolete terminals and cyberdecks together in a single colossal machine. It's kind of like I made reference to it in a Dark Souls episode, but Serial Experiments Lane. Yeah, that's this kind of stuff. This is my personal machine. If you're looking for your mission computer, it's downstairs. She doesn't bother looking up. You can see that she's elbow deep in the guts of an obsolete cyberdeck, one of a half dozen that have been wired into her computer with braided cables. I like this better. I was hoping to talk to you. There's a long pause, then she chirps out a response. We're talking now, aren't we? Can I ask you a few questions? She leans in, scrutinizing the innards of the obsolete deck. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. That's quite a machine you're working on. She's my pet project. I call her the Octopus. She waves a hand at the tangle of thick power cables that radiate out from the machine's central core. You might be able to guess why. Can you build me one? How well does it perform? She's a monster. She yanks a fried chip from the deck's motherboard and neatly sets it aside, then fumbles in a nearby bin for a replacement. An absolute beast. What's it made of? Whatever I could find. Busted terminals, obsolete cyberdecks, aftermarket memory from Maximum Law's dumpster. Scavengers would kill for this stuff in the walled city, but out here, people throw it away. She chuckles to herself as she eases a card into an empty expansion slot. Most deckers are early adopters. They buy whatever's newest, shell out huge amounts of new yen in hopes of riding the bleeding edge. Stupid. That's kind of like, that's PC gaming in a nutshell. Why? Because I can have 5 of last year's model for a quarter of the price of that whiz-new cyberdeck. And after I've finished daisy-chaining them together, the machine that I've built will run circles around your hot new deck. You'll need a flatbed truck to carry it. Do we look like we're hurting for space to you? She rummages in a bin to her left and pulls out a stick of solid-state memory. It disappears into the deck she's working on. I mean, my deck still needs to be... You need to be able to bring it on a run. I've got a whole boat to work with, your cabin included if I told Gobbet I needed it. Be my guest? A long pause. Huh. Well, I was joking, but if you're really okay with it, I might someday. We'll see. What about portable gear? It gets the job done. Might not be top of the line, but I'm comfortable using it in the field. If you should happen to come across any more advanced hardware or software, either on the job or on a discount rack at Law's Techno Palace, I'm not above taking donations. But barring that, I'm fine with using what I've got. Your call. Have you been having weird dreams? Her body goes still. Yes, I think everybody has. I've been having horrible nightmares. I know, it happens more often than you'd think. She tilts her head in the direction of the walled city. This kind of mass psychosis was common where I grew up. Everybody got it. Seems like what's causing it? I don't know. Slowly, she begins rummaging through the guts of the obsolete cyberdeck again. I don't think that I want to. Can we talk about the ambush? I'd rather not. I lost friends there. I mean, we lost somebody too? Was she your friend? You didn't seem that close. She returns her attention to the octopus, turning her back on you. Well, you don't like talking about things other than computers very much, do you? There's a long pause. When she responds, she sounds vaguely hurt. I prefer not to. Nothing personal, it's just the way that I am. Just... There's nothing wrong with that. Just want to know. Yes, you're still a mystery to me. There's a long pause. I don't like mysteries, but I do enjoy solving them. She turns, gives you her full attention. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you a question, something personal. After you've given me an answer, you get to ask me something. Think of it like a game of questions. We take turns until one of us wants to quit. Deal? Go first. She studies your face. We'll start off easy. Tell me what you really think about Duncan. Now he's just irritating. He's a brother. Interesting. Her eyes flip to the doorway of Gobbet's cabin. The corner of her mouth tilts upward into a slight smile, and a little familiar. Well, you've answered my question. I guess that makes it your turn. Yeah, Walled City. She fidgets. I'd rather not talk about that. Ask me something else. I'll tell you about life in Revenant if you want. I don't need to hear about the Barons. Just ask me something else. Otherwise, we're done here. Okay. Alright, fine. How did you and Gobbet meet? Her brow furrows, and after a moment, she screws her eyes shut. We met as kids in the Walled City. My prison was her playground. You okay? Of course I'm okay. I'm fine. She shifts her gaze to the octopus. I just have a hard time remembering those days. My childhood is kind of a blur. And that would make it my turn. She pauses. So tell me, what was your connection to Raymond Black? He was my benefactor and mentor. He was like father to me. He got his head. One big happy family. Aww. In that case, I'm sorry for your loss. Losing the ones you love is hard. Your turn. Ask me a question, and I'll give you an answer. Where'd you learn to deck? The Wampoa. I lived there for a while after escaping the Walled City. The people there were difficult. We didn't get along, but it was a great place to learn. And that brings us back to my turn. She gestures at the cabin walls around you. You enjoy it, don't you? Living like this, working in the shadows. I do what I have to. Enjoyment does. I mean, were we doing what we had to in Berlin? Like, I know in Seattle it was kind of just, it was a job. Brought to us by a friend. But, I mean, I would say in, like, no, it kind of stemmed from survival. Like, we lost a, okay, yeah, I do what I have to. She blinks. We may have more in common than I thought. Your turn again. Go ahead, ask me something. How long have you been running the shadows? That's a good question. I guess about 4 years now? Decent stretch by anyone's reckoning. My turn again. I think my last question for you. You're stuck here. Marooned. You and Duncan both. He's obviously unhappy with the situation. He keeps going on about the things that he left behind. But what about you? Is there anything you want to get back to? Lie. Everything I had worth caring about. I mean, we split up from the rest of our gang in Berlin, and I mean, it's not like Seattle had much for us, so nothing. There isn't anything about your old life you'll miss. I don't know whether to envy you or feel sorry for you. She glances down at the clock on her desk, an antique model with physical hands that look like it was wrenched out of a submarine. A frown spreads across her face. Shit, it's even later than I thought, and I've still got a long way to go before the octopus is fixed. She begins to turn away, her attention fixed on the stack of partially disassembled cyberdecks arrayed in front of her. Aren't you forgetting something? She stops in place. If you've got another question, go ahead and ask, but be quick about it. I need to learn more about the walled city. Her voice goes cold. Why? Raymond Black wanted to go in there, and somebody destroyed my life to keep him from doing that. Her cheeks flush, just like they did last time. She averts her eyes. No. I'm sorry, but no. Later, maybe, but not now. Maybe next time, or this is important. Maybe next time. Blinking, she turns away and buries herself in the octopus's blade innards. Please excuse me, I have work to do. Okay. Okay, let's, we got that settled. Gobbet's nest is pretty much what you'd expect. Piles of clothes on the ground floor. An overflowing garbage bin surrounded by stacks of instant noodle packets and towers of tinned oysters. Avant-garde posters haphazardly thumbtacked to the walls, overlapping in some places and peeling in others. It feels a lot like an art school dorm room. Gobbet reclines in a corner. She's not quite in a corner, but okay. Cradling a bowl of soup in her hands. At her feet, a cast iron pot simmers away on an electric hot plate. The contents are typical Hong Kong comfort food. Chicken-style soya broth, elbow macaroni, tinned ham, and a heaping scoop of egg-flavored mycoprotein. As you wind your way through the piles of dirty laundry, Gobbet slowly lifts her head from her bowl to acknowledge you. Hey, Seattle. She chews on the words along with a mouthful of cheap pasta. A corner of her mouth curls up into a half smile. How's tricks? Things have been better, things have been worse. That's the attitude. Very stoic, very strong. It's downright inspiring. She skims an oily slab of faux ham off the top of her soup and pops it into her mouth. Now, you want to tell me what you're doing in my bedroom? I'm assuming you're not here to admire the view. Just want to chat. Let's have a chat. I want to go over the ambush back in the docks. Yeah, she nods slowly, frowning. Yeah, I figured you would. That was a hell of a thing, right? I've been through worse. Ta-da! No, you could say that. It was fucking awful. Nightjar and Gutshot were two of the strongest men I've ever known. Quality Shadowrunners, both of them. I've watched those two fight through situations that'd kill anyone and come out on top. How do they go out? She mimes holding a rifle, makes a show of peering down the scope. Bang! Bang! Dead. Dead. No blaze of glory, no final speech, just extinguished, smashed like bugs. Yeah, we would have gone the same way if you hadn't gotten us out of there. She absentmindedly raises her bowl to her shoulder. A rat crawls over the slope of her back and lowers its head to lap at the broth. It was more a rat than me. She's the one who grabbed me by the gut and led us to that sewer entrance. All that I did was follow. The rat is like, oh, interesting. Interesting. How'd you decide on the name Gobbet anyway? I didn't. She pops a noodle into her mouth and chews. My mom did. Your mother named you after a wad of meat? Sure. She shrugs. Yeah, sure. I don't think she knew what it meant. She just thought it sounded pretty. You should get used to that, by the way. People here in Hong Kong like to stand out, and choosing unique names is one of the ways that they do it. Have you had any, well, okay. What kind of totem is rat? She slurps thoughtfully at her soup. A clever one. She's got me out of more trouble than I care to mention. Gotten me into a fair amount of it, too. But I can always count on her to lead me out of hot water when I need her to. I can feel it in my belly, you know? Sort of a tugging sensation, long since learned to follow it. Wasn't where totems took such direct control of their shamans. Usually they don't. Me and Rat, we have a sort of special bond. She takes care of me, and I've always done my best to take care of her. Another pair of beady eyes blinks up at you from Gobbet's hip. A second rat scurries up her shoulder to join the first. And to pamper her earthly children like these two. Meet madness and folly. Oh, okay. Alright, fair enough. I thought they might have been spirits or something. Nope, just rats. She presses Blech! She brushes her fingers across the right. God. Okay. Alright. Maybe I should just... Okay. White rat's mottled coat. Don't trust Folly. She bites. Do you always let your rats drink out of your, bowl? She shrugs. Sure, why not? We're all part of the same nest. Is that... Are you... Do you know what hygiene means? Probably not, but I've never gotten sick, so... She raises an eyebrow, scoops a noodle out of the bowl, and pops it into her mouth with a satisfied smile. Okay, sure, fair enough. Had any nightmares recently? Her jaw stops working mid-chew. Slowly, she nods. Yeah, I have. We all have. Everyone in town. We both just... Let me guess. You saw the walled city in a black whirlpool and teeth. Thousands and thousands of teeth. She holds up a hand. You don't need to answer. I already know that I'm right because I just had the same dream. Creepy, I know. Her voice goes quiet. The dreams are coming from inside the walled city. I'm sure of it. All the negative energy pent up in there. All that pain and anger and poisonous key. It's leaking out. And while we sleep, it's getting to us. You think this is a magical phenomenon? Yeah, I think it is. Well, my personal opinion, Walled City is cursed. Deep down, I think everybody knows it, and we live in its shadow. That's bound to mess with your head, you know? And it is, but they're just dreams. It's not like they can hurt us, right? Who says they can't? She tries on a smile, fails, does her best to laugh it off. Don't worry, Seattle, we're fine here. But, let's talk about something else, huh? I don't like thinking about the Walled City very much. Too many old fears and bad feelings. How'd you come across Madness and Folly? She raised an eyebrow. I've looked outside. I mean, they're rats. Hong Kong isn't experiencing a rodent shortage or anything. So you just picked them up off the street? Yeah. Think of them as rescue vermin. You could probably do the same if you wanted to. It's easy. Just walk into any alleyway in Kowloon after sundown and stick your hand in the first dumpster or storm drain you come across. Keep fishing around until you touch fur. That sounds like a really bad idea. In retrospect, it might have been. She continues to brush Folly's coat. The creature chirps happily at her touch. Odds are about 50-50 you got your hand chewed off. I'd probably feel bad about that. You seem pretty comfortable. She dips her chin. Long time. Started when I was just a kid. Yeah, you're just a kid now. What are you, 19? You've seen a lot of action then? She rolls her shoulders. Plenty. Been in more firefights than I can count. You're pretty new at this. You and Duncan both. It shows. Excuse me? Excuse me? Didn't you hear about the dragon? No, I suppose you didn't, because they covered that all up, and then I was on like the job with the dragon, then I ended up in this jail for 7 years, and now I'm here, and... She takes a moment to study you. Slowly, her mouth tilts into a smirk. What you need is a wizened mentor. Is it wizened or wise? I've always heard it as wizened. An experienced runner from whose experience you can benefit. I'm thinking that might as well be me. I don't see Isabel. Yeah, you aren't wizened, God, but back in Seattle, you couldn't even order a drink without a fake ID. She smirks. Good thing we're not in Seattle then. My point's still valid. You need to learn the basics, and I'm offering. Starting the next time you visit, I'm going to teach you all about being a Shadowrunner. You're going to benefit from my bountiful experience. Wait and see. I'm looking forward to it. Gobbet stretches, stifles a yawn. Her rats scurry from her shoulders down to her hips. She taps the simmering pot on the floor with her boot. But she's got a stove. Okay. The soup inside is reduced down into a thick, viscous gravy. You know, Seattle, this has been a nice chat and all, but it's getting late, and I still have the rest of a hot pot to power through, so without wanting to get all awkward, she glances toward the door. I could help you with that if you wanted? Thanks, but no thanks. Smirking, she brushes Folly's coat with the knuckles of her left hand. You can go get your own food. Now would be a good time. Aw. Alright, I get it. Okay. Fair enough. You do. Okay. Hi. Come. There we go. Wu's cabin appears to be the only clean spot in the bolt hole. Oh, yeah. Immaculate. His equipment's neatly laid out on his bedding, grouped by type, arranged just so. He's currently in the process of cleaning his weapon with meticulous care. Are you actually just going to be Iger this time? Okay, come on. That's that, I guess. We're runners now. I think we get medical and dental. He stops for a moment, stares at the weapon in his hand. Damn, I don't think we took the brochure. We'll have to ask for it the next time we have an audience with our Chinese syndicate crime lord. He looks down the barrel of his gun, blows into it. You look like you want to talk about something. What's the topic? Dreams. Yeah, yours sounded like a nasty one. I don't remember much about mine. I was pretty creeped out by our run into the walled city. Between that and all the drama, I'd be surprised if I didn't have a nightmare. He shrugs. Was the walled city in your dream? Of course the walled city was in my dream. It was a nightmare, wasn't it? He gives you a lopsided grin. Was it in your dream, too? Slums start to look alike after a while, right? I mean, sure looked like it. Not sure I'm surprised. Walled City's more than just another slum and a sprawl. Hell, it is a sprawl. Of course we dreamed about it. The feeling I had there stayed with me. It felt thick, heavy, and I got this overwhelming feeling of, I don't know, wretchedness, I guess. What do you remember? Did it feel any different from other nightmares? He takes his time, thinks about his answer a bit before he responds. You know how sometimes you'll be mad at a friend in a dream and then wake up still mad at him, and then you treat him like he did something wrong when you see him? Kind of feels like that to me. Like I dreamed I was swimming towards a bright light, and when I woke up I was out of breath from the effort. Do you remember anything else? Just little snatches of things. He puts his hands on his hips and concentrates. The walled city was breathing, and it had teeth everywhere. There was a tunnel that was so bright that I had to shut my eyes. Raymond was there. He was either kneeling or lying down, can't remember, but he was crying, and that's what made me wake up. The sound of my father crying. Let's talk about something else. Alright. Shadowrunners? What's there to say? I worked my ass off to pull myself out of the gutter and make something of my life. I did what it took to earn my bronze. And now I'm a mercenary hiding in the shadows of a foreign country doing dirty jobs that the corps need to keep off the books. It's the reverse of everything I ever wanted. You seem to be taking it pretty damn well, so let me ask you something. You said you had nothing back home, and that's why you were cool with becoming a runner. Was that true? When I got out of prison, I had nothing. Still have nothing. That's bleak. Seriously bleak. He shakes his head. We really went in different directions, Kira. You to jail and me to Lone Star. Well, get to you've got nothing back home, but this is all about Raymond for me. I need to understand what happened to him and who's responsible. I need justice. Well, let's talk about Raymond. Okay, shoot. What do you think's going on? What do you think's going on? Why do you think he came to Hong Kong? Well, he's from here, right? Sounded like he had an unfinished business that he needed to take care of before. You think he's dying? Maybe. Just something to think about. Did you say anything about me after I left? You know Raymond. He taught us what he wanted to teach us, told us what he wanted us to know. Everything else was met with a wall of good-natured silence. He used to say, you are the master of the unspoken word, Mr. Wu. Once it's out of your mouth, it's out of your control. So no, after you left, he never said a word about you. Not a word. What do you think's going on? I don't know. He was clearly obsessed with the walled city and whatever prosperity is. He sounds like a sleepwalker trying to stumble his way through a dream or something. A sleepwalker who hires Shadowrunners. You know it'd be dangerous. Raymond was smart as hell. If he thought he needed runners to take him into that place, he needed them. How about that triad, boss? I'd say she's got us right where she wants us, right under her thumb. What do you want to talk about specifically? What do you think she wants from us? As long as her network keeps delivering information about Raymond, I don't care. At least for now. We need to stay with her. We have no other connections in Hong Kong. Without her, we're dead in the water. You think we can... I mean, I don't think we can trust her, but... Triad boss, an underground fixer? No, I don't think we can trust her. But as long as we all share the same goals, we should be okay. As long as we serve her interests, I guess. Exactly. It's simple. She provides jobs, we do the jobs. She gets info about Raymond and that plastic-faced man, and we figure out what the hell is going on. Figure out what's going on, she doesn't end up in a trunk of a car at the bottom of the river. Everybody wins. What about this plastic-faced man? Creepy dudes are nothing new to me. Even well-dressed, cute, creepy corporate dudes. Between the gangers we grew up with and that shit I run into as a cop. Seen all kinds. Just want to know who he is and who he works for. We should keep an eye on Strangler Bell. We should keep an eye on everybody. And that guy is definitely no exception. I've seen plenty of cold killers in the Barrens and plenty more since I joined Lone Star. This guy's the real deal. I'm not sure if he knows what the word remorse even means. You should steer clear of him. I'll be careful. I can see that. Oh, they seem competent, considering how young they are. But then again, they sound like they've been taking care of themselves since they were pretty young. 3 of us work together well in the walled city. Based on that, I bet the 4 of us would make a solid crew. Gavit talks to rats. She talks? Have you noticed that she talks to rats? I mean, she's a rat shaman. Of course she talks to rats. Remember that guy in the Barrens, Joey D, small-time BTL guy, lived at the Royale Apartments? He had a skunk shaman working guard duty for him. Covered him when he slept. Guess he figured that no matter what, the stink would wake him up. Whatever happened to him? Already got clipped a couple years ago. He'd moved up a bunch in the BTL business. Broadened his market, took over the Royale, grabbed a penthouse apartment for himself. Heard he ran afoul of some runner who took apart his whole crew. Or he traded in this skunk shaman for a hellhound. Smart move. Is that... I feel like that is a... I don't remember, because it's been like 2-3 years since I played Shadowrun Returns, but I feel like that was actually a, like, run in Shadowrun Returns. What'd you think about... Yeah, okay, alright. Later's good. I want to do some cardio, work off some steam, then it's rack time for me. You should do the same. A couple 100 push-ups would do you good. I could bust out 200 in my sleep. Look at these guns. He raises an eyebrow. I'd love to see that sometime. But for now, you should clear out. I want to get started, and this cabin isn't big enough for well, I mean, it kind of is. That's a decent, like, unless that's a really tiny bed, which it could be as well. Like, kind of like decently sized cabins, you know. I don't have a small red, well, anyway, where do we need to actually go? Do I need to just like go to Wampoa, go to the Ares Asia Holdings, travel to the Sky Tower? Right. So I've got 3 more missions that I can choose at the moment. That was a lot of chatty times, wasn't it? We're having a little bit of a struggle moving along here as well. So okay, well, I'm going to call it here, and we will decide which run we want to go on next time. So that should be fun. We'll get more excitement again, rather than just all of the talking, which I'm sure is so incredibly exciting for everybody to listen to and follow along with. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!